Video is going to be really very exciting because in this video we are going to see that how you can deploy your application to production. Till now, whatever we were doing it on our local system and local environment. Whatever API calls we were making it from the local host, which was the server that was hosted on our system only. Now we are going to see a very easy way to deploy your application to the production so that you can also deploy your projects and add it to your resume so that anyone anywhere in the world can use it as a production level app. So without any further delay, let's just start. So in order to do this, first of all, what we have to do is we have to set up our project on GitHub, right? We will be uploading this whole project on GitHub. So you might remember this gitignore file that we already prepared. This was for this was a preparation initially that we did for setting up GitHub into the picture, right? So what we can do is, first of all, in order to upload the project on GitHub, what we can do is we can say just go to github.com, like go to your profile, click on new repository. You can create a new repository. I'll say e-commerce video demo, right? And you can, for the timing, avoid all of this and you can click on create repository. You have to first sign up to GitHub in order to do all of this, and then GitHub automatically will give you all the instructions that you need to have in order to set up the whole GitHub on whole project on the GitHub. So first of all, you need to do git init. What this will do is this will initialize git version control system into your project. So you can see initialized empty git repository. Okay, now what you have to add here, this says add readme because they are expecting you to have just one file. We want to add the whole project, so we'll say git add dot, it will add the whole project. So whole project has been added to GitHub. Now it is being tracked. Now we need to commit the project. Now when we add all the files to Git, then it starts tracking the changes. When we commit it, it's like a stamp that we have made that, okay, this is the first set of changes that we have made. It's a first version kind of a thing. So added the codes, we can say we need to add a commit message. And then what we need to have, we need to add this remote. You can avoid the branch part because in by default you are at the master branch. We can just use that. And then you need to add this remote origin. What is this remote origin? This is the GitHub URL project URL that your local project is going to get linked to. And then you can say git push origin and whatever is your branch, that is master. So using this, we have uploaded the whole project on GitHub. Here you can see that. So if you will refresh, then here you can see the whole project is now on GitHub and there is no node modules. So that was a very heavy folder. So we have avoided that, and that's all due to gitignore. So whatever file and folder you will add in gitignore, it will not get pushed to GitHub. Now, as the project is on GitHub, now what you have to do, you have to open Heroku. Heroku is a standard cloud application platform which helps you to deploy and run applications very easily. So sign in to Heroku. I have already signed into Heroku. Now what you can do is you can say new, create a new app. You can name the app, let's say e-commerce video demo, or let's say e-commerce video project. We need to choose a region. Let's say we'll choose Europe, where the server should be headed, and then we'll do create app. Right now it says that what should be the deployment method. I will say that I would like to connect to GitHub, and it will automatically take everything from GitHub. So we'll take things from GitHub. My GitHub account is already linked. You might get a pop-up to link your GitHub account. Now I can search for the repo. So I'll say e-commerce. Let's see. Let's search for e-commerce. So we have this e-commerce video demo. Let's connect this app. So now it has connected to e-commerce video demo. Now what we have to do is we have to deploy. So we will not do automatic deploy. We'll do manual deploy. So the master branch we want to deploy. So we'll just click on deploy branch, and in a few minutes, everything will be automatically done. Right. So here you can see Heroku has started deploying the overall project. So it will read the dependencies, read the node modules, and if everything is okay into our project, it will deploy successfully. If there is any error, it will show the error. We can resolve the error and we can redeploy with the same mechanism. We don't need to make another project. It will just redeploy by just clicking it. We have to just push our project on GitHub and things will be done. So here you can see it has deployed itself on Heroku successfully. Your app was successfully deployed. If you see view, if you go to view, then you will get this URL, right? You will get this URL. This URL is something that we can use. There is some error. Let's see what is the error here. Okay, so the error is due to the fact that we don't have a front end for us. So there is no issues. So what we can do, we can just pick this URL. We can go to Postman and let's say we do a GET request. And or let's say let's try to add an order. Let's make a post request this. And instead of localhost 3000, let's use the URL that has been provided to us by Heroku. Right. Now, if we will try to send this request, send. Okay, so we are getting some error. Okay, there is some application error. Let's see what is the error that we are getting. So let's do one thing. Let's go to runtime logs and let's go to our application once. Let's refresh. There might be some issue that we are facing. And let's do one thing. Let's see what error we are getting exactly. So it is some application error, right? It's some application error. And so let's see. This is the example. Okay, so we can go to our dashboard and we can see the logs, right? So your Heroku dashboard is here. Navigate to app. So this is the app, and inside more we can say view logs. So this is the logs. So here you can get all the logs, right? And let's see what is happening. These are the logs. NPM run. Okay, I know what is the issue. So in order to run our application on Heroku, what Heroku expects is that Heroku expects a specific npm command that we need to set up in our package.json. If you see npm run, there is no npm run, right? So that is something that we have to configure. Okay, so what we can do is inside the scripts we can say start, and the start script should be like node index.js. So here also if you do npm start on the project, let's see. Okay, let's see the logs. Okay, sorry, there is a comma missing, my bad. Npm start. See, the server has started successfully, right? So this is something that we have to do. Now we have made changes. So we'll say git add all, git commit -m, added start script, and git push origin master. We have uploaded everything. Now let's redeploy. So we'll come here and we'll refresh the page once. And what we are going to do, we are going to redeploy the branch. So it is again going to take some time. It will redeploy the branch. If there will be any errors, we can again go to the logs and view the logs, right? So let's just wait. And like the issue was just this, the npm expects these scripts to be there. The Heroku, I believe everyone knows about Express and knows about these scripts. So these scripts are like some commands that the end applications have their conventions to depend on. So we are launching. Okay, so it has released. So now let's just try again. I believe the URL should be same. The URL should be same. Let's just try to send the request again. Okay, there is some more issue, I guess. Let's again see on the logs. Build has succeeded. The build has succeeded. There are no errors as such now. Okay, it's still sending the request. Let's see. Okay, I guess what we have to do is let's send the request again. Okay, so there is some halt in the request. Let me see if the URL that we are getting is correct or not. View. Okay, there is an application error. And if we try the URL again, okay, I guess the app crashes due to this. The app crashes due to opening of this, I guess. So what we can do is, I believe, if we do npm start and inside our browser, if we open localhost 3000, then we should get this hello world app. This hello world should be there at least. This is something that we are not getting, and this is something that we should debug also. So let's see. The server has started successfully. Okay, let's redeploy once again. And instead of this, if we try to do 3000 on this, let's see what things we are getting, right? And let's go to our index.js once, right? We have this get request with us. That is good, I guess. The build has succeeded. Okay, the server started successfully. Okay, there are no such output as such. Okay, let's go to our app once again. Okay, okay, so the build has been succeeded. Let's see if we are able to open it. I guess there is some issue from Heroku's end only, because the request is halting, I guess. So what's the URL? Let's view the build log. Okay, so this is the URL. Okay, we again got application error only. Okay, let's just try to Google this error and see what we are missing. Okay, let's take some part of it. Okay, so it's failed to bind to the port, right? Okay, so it says that it is failing to bind to the port 3000. So what we can do is, instead of having our own port hard coded, we can use the process.env.port. Okay, that is something that is we can also do, right? Let's just try to push our changes, right? And any other answers also? Heroku restart, it says. Okay, let's see. First of all, let's just try with the first one. So let's again deploy our branch. Our branch has been successfully up. These are some issues that you can get during the deployment, because the deployment mechanism a lot of time changes, right? The overall infra of Heroku changes a lot of time, or maybe if you're using even AWS, the documentation changes, even Google Cloud, a lot of things changes. So you have to like see what errors you are getting, because this is a one-time thing. The moment you are done with this, it will be there forever, right? So almost the deployment is done. Let me till that time. Let me also open the logs. So view logs. We're already on the logs. Okay, so deployment is successful. Now let's just try to refresh the app. Okay, now our app is working. And if I try to send the API, okay, API slash orders cannot raise a post request. Okay, let me see what was our API. Let me go to index.js. Okay, it's a post request only. So let's see the logs. Let's see the logs. Are we having any logs? Okay. First of all, let's do one thing. Okay. Okay, it's not all, it's add. It's add. Okay, and we have successfully created the order. That was the thing that we were missing. So here you can see with few steps only, we made few changes to our application. The first change was we have to make it process.env.port. This is the major thing that we have to do, right? Apart from that, everything is working fine. And with few button clicks only, we are able to deploy our app. I can do one thing, that I can redeploy the app again. So what you can do, you can again go to Heroku, and let's say we can remove this project. Let's say we remove this project, right? Just for a smoother integration, I'm just doing this. So let's do one thing more, and or let's just do one thing. Let's try to redeploy it, create a new app name, e-commerce video redeploy, right? Let's see if we are able to get a hassle-free deploy now. Okay, it should be small e. Again, we can use US, Europe, anything. Create app, connect with GitHub. Let's search. We got e-commerce video demo. Let's connect. The app is connected. Deploy branch. The third step, and the deployment will be done now. So again, it will be first time. So you can also view the build logs here. It's installing currently node modules. That's the first step, I guess. Pruning dependencies. The build has succeeded. It's launching the app now. And here we have our URL. If we go to the URL, see the app is working fine. And if we do this and send, then the order is also getting created successfully. So all of this with just few clicks and things are done. So deploying on Heroku is like a very different experience, I would say. And I would highly recommend you guys to also explore other platforms like AWS, Google Cloud, DigitalOcean in order to deploy your application once, because you will get better exposure on how different platform works, how they have changed, how they have evolved. So that being said, this was all for this video. We have successfully deployed our application. I hope you guys enjoyed the whole video. So thank you guys. Take care. Bye bye. Have a great week ahead, and we'll meet very, very soon.